Economic perspectives. This video will try to explain about the business foundation of the media industries. Economic perspectives will introduce 5 subtopics, which are Introduction, the media game of economics, characteristics of the game, consumer strategies, and summary. Hello, my name is Amira. I will explain to you about the first 2 subtopics, which are Introduction and also the media game of economics. The businesses in the media industries are in strong competition with each other to acquire limited resources, play the high-risk game of appealing to audiences, and achieve a maximum profit. We play a game of economics each and every day. We cannot avoid playing. At the end of each day, we have spent our full 24 hours watching movies, listening to songs. So do you, as a consumer, feel you are better off having traded away all that time? Or do you feel that your time has been wasted? 3 main components of the overall economic game. First, the players. Second, the goal. Third, the rules. Within the media part of the game, there are 4 types of players. First, you, the consumer. Second, the advertisers. Third, the media companies. Fourth, the employees of media companies. Consumers are considered as the largest population with resources such as time and money. We exchange these resources for entertainment and information. As a group, we have the greatest amount of resources. However, as an individual, our power is very limited. Advertisers bring money to the game. They negotiate an exchange of their money for time and space in the media in order to expose their ads to their target audiences for the lowest cost possible. The media companies bring money, messages, and audiences into the game while competing in 3 different markets simultaneously, which are talent market, audience market, and advertising market. The media employees bring their time, skills, and talents to the game to increase the pay and benefits they receive for each hour worked. They are also being divided into 3 distinct levels. From bottom to the top. First, below the line employees, such as clerks and backstage staffs. Second, above the line employees, such as singers and artists. Third, media managers. The general goal of the players is to maximize the value of the exchange for themselves. The net winners have negotiated resource exchanges so well that their payoffs have greater value than their cost, while the net losers are the players who give up resources more than what they received in return. However, we must remember that the goal of the game is calculated differently based on the players. The main rule is that in order to play, you must have resources such as money or time and a willingness to exchange them for other resources.
Hello guys, my name is Outilne. Let's continue with the characteristic of the game.
The first characteristic of the media games is importance of valuing resources well, complex interdependency among players, digital convergence, and nature of competition.
Factors to value resource. First, make assessment on how well the resource will reach the goal. Second, consider supply-demand. Why they favor the media? Because they just use it to kill the time and they are willingly accept for entertainment purpose.
Let's proceed with the traps in valuing resources. First is overvalue resources. People will avoid making exchanges with you in this situation. The next situation is undervalue resources. You will be shortchanged during this period?
The characteristics of complex interdependency. Number 1, situation is highly dynamic and interrelated. Number 2, the inner conflicts of the decision maker. Number 3, media vehicles compete in different markets. Therefore, they must identify the niche area. Digital convergence. Digitization has lowered the barriers to entry for entrepreneurs. The examples include blogs, Amazon, GarageBand, and YouTube. In the nature of competition, there are two types of industries. The first is competitive industries. The company needs to improve their quality as well as lower the price in order to compete. Second, monopolistic industries. Only one company controls the market. There are three types of media industries: pure monopolistic, pure competitive, and monopolistic competition, which is a combination of number 1 and number 2. They are selling differentiated products. Media industry perspective. So basically, it is an overview of success from 4 different aspects: film segment, music segment, book segment, and video game segment. In film segment, they generate revenues from audience buying, renting, or exposing themselves. The revenues also come from box office ticket sales and TV subscriptions. As for the music segments, the physical sales is lower than the digital sales. Customers also change preferences from buying one song at a time to buy subscription, such as from Joox. Also, the company market their music to radio, restaurants, and airlines as in-flight entertainment. Book segment would include both physical and digital books. Professional, educational, and consumer sectors are included in the book segment, so it is universal. The last segment, video games. There are 3 sectors of video games. First, physical, digital, and online games, mobile apps, virtual and augmented reality.
Now, let us proceed to advertising and media strategies, which is under media industry perspective. Hi, I am Nur Akila, your next speaker, who will explain to you regarding the next topic. Okay, so let us start now. So, what is advertising? Advertising is the engine that drives the growth of the media industries. Why is advertising important? Well, advertising makes it possible for new goods to enter new market and let us know immediately that they are available. Okay, so basically there are 3 points under media strategies, which is the first one is maximizing profits, constructing audiences, and reducing risk. First is maximizing profits. The meaning of profits is the payoff of rewards for doing business. It increases when company increase their revenue. Major strategy to maximize overall revenue is by increasing the number of revenue streams. The meaning of revenue is an income that a company receives from normal business activities. There are 2 ways to increase revenue. First, try to appeal to more than one audience. Second, develop several ways to generate money from the same audience. For example, a film studio develops an action or adventure movie to attract a certain kind of audience to buy their theater tickets. The media reduces expenses through economies of scale and economies of scope. Economies of scale exist when marginal costs are lower than average costs. Marginal cost is a cost added by producing one additional unit of a product or service, while average cost is equal to total cost divided by the number of units of a good produced. Economies of scope serve to reduce a firm's expenses per unit and achieved through multi-product production. The second point in media strategies is constructing audience, which is by attracting people to niche audience, and the second is conditioning audience. A niche audience is a subgroup of a company's main targeted audience. This specific audience is a selective group of people who have specific wants, needs, and interests. Next is conditioning audience. The mass media want to stay in business over the long term, and it requires them to maintain their audience. Therefore, they must condition their audience members so that they develop a habit of exposure. Last media strategies is reducing risk. For media business, the degree of risk is high. Thus, media business have shifted their thinking towards something called the marketing concept.
Hi, I'm Nadia, and I'll be explaining about consumer strategy. We, as consumers, also follow strategies just like the media industries do, but our strategies are quite different from the profit-maximizing strategies of the mass media. There are two strategies. One is the default strategy. Two is the media literacy strategy. Practitioner of default strategy exchange the resources of time and money for a continuous state of satisfaction through habitual exposure. They focus on keeping a low cost by limiting only to familiar exposures and avoiding the risk of trying new content. In contrast, the users of media literacy strategy expend more effort to develop skills and knowledge structures as to profit by using the media better to fulfill the need for entertainment and information. So what resources do we give to the media industry? Well, to understand more about this topic, we have to know about the two types of support, which are the direct support and the indirect support. Direct support refers to monetary payments made by people directly to various media companies in order to purchase hardware to receive media messages, such as television sets and computers, to purchase individual copies of messages such as newspaper and magazines, or to make regular payments for subscription to access media messages such as cable TV, aka Astro, and your internet access. Indirect support can be referred to as expenditure of time with the media. For example, when you are watching TV programs, you are actually giving your resources, which in this case, your view, to the media company to be sold to the advertisers. The more views they got, the more money they can get. You are also indirectly supporting the media industry by giving them monetary expenditure. It just means that when you are buying the advertised product. The skills and knowledge to become a better player. There are three aspects for it, which include cognitive, emotional, and moral. The cognitive aspect is more tedious, as it involves more about economics. This can be quite a challenge, especially for those who doesn't have a basic in economics. Thus, more readings are needed for this aspect. For the emotional aspect, it is important for you to know about yourself and also understand the in-depth of your emotions. The moral aspect can be quite subjective. Though there was a guideline to morals, but it can differ between people to people, culture to culture, and country to country. So, it is important for you to know more about your surroundings, culture, and the society around you as well. so that you can have a better grasp about the moral aspect. So why do some people follow the default strategy while others follow the media literacy strategy? The answer lies in the strength of one's personal locus. Personal locus is a term that refers to the place in a person's mind where decisions get made about information processing tasks. People with a weak personal locus will settle for little in the exchanges. This is because they thought it required more effort to become a better player, while people with a strong personal locus are driven to become more of a winner in this game. They also find that expending the greater effort to improve is fun. So what have we learned from the four beautiful ladies? We learned that everyone is involved in the media game. We also learned about the three main components, which are the players, the goal, and the rules. We also can't forget about the nature of competition and the media industry perspective for four different segments, which are film, book, music, and video games. Next, we also learned the importance of advertising and the three media strategies, which consist of maximizing profit, constructing audiences, and reducing risk. Last but not least, we also learned about the two consumer strategies, which are default strategy and media literacy strategy. We also learned how to become a better player. We have finally reached the end. That's all from us. Thank you for watching. Bye!